What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 311 Griffin YouTube channel. I am back in the F-16 and I have not done a lot of ground attack in this aircraft other than just goofing around with my friend Warlock because I've just had trouble learning it. Some of the things have changed as the module has progressed through early access, and it's just enough different from the A10 that it's been a struggle. But I'm actually trying. I've tried to follow a couple of Gaffer's videos about doing ground attack stuff that looked kind of fun and was pretty straightforward, and man, I have had a lot of trouble getting it to work. But here we're basically trying the GBU38, and I'll post a link to his video where he explains how to do this. The only difference between what I'm doing here and what he's doing is that I'm baiting this Tor with myself. I'm not. I'm trying to get it to fire at myself, where I think he had another flight, an allied flight, that they were firing at. So it's looking at us, which is good. I'm going to start pointing down here, just so that I can keep my speed up and so that I can dive to the deck when it fires a missile. I want it to fire a missile so I can see the rocket plume. And I like the F-18's RWR symbology better. And sorry, I did not walk through like my setup, but that's in Gaffer's video if you want to know kind of what. I might talk about it here in a minute. I don't want to talk about it right now. I'm trying to focus. Oh, here we go. It's always hard to see the plume. I don't see it, so I'm gonna go ahead and dive. Oh, yeah, I think it's over there. It's hard to see, but if you wait too long, you won't defeat the missile. So, and in this lighting, it's easier to see once you're low. So I can kind of see it over there. We'll try to get in the vicinity with our HMD here. Once I gotta fly the plane first, and I have trouble controlling my head tracking while I do that. Okay, let's move over. The rocket plume is right over in there, kind of. Okay, so now we've got our targeting pod over there. We're going to extend a little bit, put some space between us and the SA15 so that hopefully we don't have to defeat any other missiles while we're trying to fine-tune our targeting pod. So this will be a good time. Basically, air-to-ground mode. Pick your GBU38s. Make sure you power them on. You got to put them in Viz mode. And let's see, turn your HMD on, set other things as necessary. Okay, there we are over there. I'm going to go ahead and DMS down to get my TGP as soy, and I'm going to play around with it here, looking for the targets. They're somewhere in the vicinity. Finding targets is always the trickiest part. That I don't think is them. Yeah, that's a civilian car. Oh wait, here we go. Rock on, we got him. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and TMS up twice, and that might be a third time, just to make sure that I've got lat long data on my DED there, and that created a mark point. And so I'm going to bounce back to my steer point page and put in a steer point. I don't really use steer points. I need to learn how to do this better, but I do like that procedure, and then cursor 0 to get that back. If you don't do it right, you wind up with a point way off in who knows where. Then we're going to switch to pre-plan mode for our GBU38s. Now, I did skip some steps because I was looking for the targets between my setup, when I was explaining my setup and finding the targets and all that. But once you get your HMD on and your GBUs are in Viz mode, you can TMS up long, and it'll switch the box to your HMD so that you can designate a target with your HMD. So for me, when I was getting at like 7 miles and pulling up at 7 miles, to check the target and launch, I was getting hit with missiles. So I'm actually going to pull up. You can see in the lower right of the HUD, you can see my distance to the point. So I'm going to kind of fly low and fast on to the line, and I'm going to pull up here pretty quick and try to check that TGP. It's soy, we're close. And then I'm going to just try my best to follow the bomb fall cues. Got my launch. We're going to roll back over. Pop some countermeasures. Okay, we've got the launch, but that's okay. We're already descending. We're already low. It's easy to defeat these missiles if you're low. And we don't have a lot of hills out here or anything, so we're still getting painted, but he's going to have trouble hitting us. Okay, we're going to steady the plane a little bit. We're going to check the GBU. Trying to trim it out a bit. I could put it in autopilot, but I just don't want to. I guess I'm not lazy enough or something. I don't know. This is a fun little way to engage targets, and it's been really good practice for me to do it this way instead of just flying really, really high and trying to find them there. It's also easier to find them. You know, finding targets is the biggest pain point for me in this entire sim. Okay, near miss, but it got him. Okay, so we've got some CBUs we're going to employ now. Now that our SAM is dead. Now I'm not really good with dive bombing in this. I don't really follow the correct procedures. We've got a Shilka down there too, so we've got to be a little careful. I could try to do a different type of attack, but we're going to switch over to our CBU and just do a CCIP attack. I apologize for not going through the steps in more detail here. I might do that in a later video, but I feel like Gaffer's done an excellent job of it. He's better F-16 pilot than me by a long shot anyway. Knows far more about it, and so just reference that video if you're really interested in how to do this properly. I probably skipped some steps there anyway because of the disjointed way in which I was talking about it. I didn't really have a plan for this video other than being excited that I finally got it to work. Also, one thing I will give you that is probably helpful: do not become so fixated on killing the target that you get shot down. That's happened to me a lot, where I was in my attack run and I got a missile launch warning, but I didn't have the bomb off my rail yet, and I just kind of stuck to the plan, which is probably not smart. And I've gotten shot down a decent amount. Or looking for the target. I'm like, okay, just a few more seconds. I'll just keep looking for the target. I'll keep looking for the target. I know there's a missile in the air. And then I'd see the smoke plume, but by the time I got my HMD over on it, I was dead because it took too long. Okay, so we're going to dive. We've got our brakes out to try to... I don't want to go too fast. I'm not very good at dropping these, but they're CBUs, so that's awesome. I don't have to be that good at it. Luckily we didn't get too... oh, there they go. There they go. Ah, nice. Okay, I thought I missed there for a second, but a lot of times you'll get explosions that are kind of away from where you targeted at first. But they're blanketing the area, so that's good. I've got another one I'll go deliver. CCIP bombing is very fun, and I like the lob bombing or the toss bombing. It's just kind of fun. Flying low is more exciting than flying high in it, I think. And I mean, there's some fun to be had. The old way that I would play this game is I'd get in the A-10, and I would just fly as high as I could in an orbit and just find targets and blow them up. And okay, yeah, we got some smoking hulks down there. But again, finding targets, it's a mess, you know, and when you're up high, they're even harder to find. So unless labels are on or unless you have some other information, it's just really, really difficult. But we're gaining our altitude back here, and we are going to kind of head back that way and try to get slow before we dive. I'm going to try to dive a little slower. I like to get some time to find the target and get my plane positioned on the target where I can get the release cue to kind of drift up onto the target. That's the way I like to do it. So one thing I forgot to mention, this isn't related to this video, but some exciting news for my channel. I've been pretty busy lately for a number of reasons, and so like I didn't get a chance to make a dedicated video about this, but I hit 1 million views, which is pretty cool because this channel's been growing really slowly. I have another channel I've referenced a few times that I don't really mess with anymore. It's not related, really. We're gonna roll over and bomb the rest of these guys, I think. But that other channel, it's just it's unrelated. It's a different genre of channel, I guess, so to speak. And when I hit 1,000 subscribers on that channel, like it started growing pretty fast. There were a number of oh yeah, there's a spot. That guy might already be dead, but Pickle. We don't really have any other dangers there, so we're just trying to destroy everything. So that other channel it grew faster. You know, once it hit a point, it's like there were these stepping stones, and you'd hit 1,000 subscribers, and then you would grow a little faster, and then at 2,500, you'd start growing a little faster, and you know, it was cool because you felt like you were getting somewhere. And there's something about video game channels or DCS channels where my channel hasn't done that here. And you know, and that's been frustrating because my prior experience was a little bit different. We're switching to guns. We're gonna gun this last truck up. So you know, it's been pretty linear, which has been interesting. But it's exciting. I finally hit 1 million views. I finally got over the 2,500 subscriber hurdle. I know that I don't have the best channel out there or the most consistent channel, so I kind of get it. It's okay, but it's an exciting thing for my channel. So thanks guys for watching. Thanks for supporting me, and I'm just gonna keep doing what I like doing, and I hope that it's helpful and or entertaining. So that's it for this video. I've destroyed the site, and I've successfully followed Gaffer's tutorial. Finally, it's taken me a while to do it. So I thank Gaffer for showing us how to do that properly, and go check his video out. Thank you for watching this one.